The phrase, "time and a place for everything," resonates deeply when considering the recent announcement of Gervonta "Tank" Davis's retirement from boxing, set for the end of 2025. At just 30 years old, with an undefeated record of 30 wins, 1 draw, and 28 knockouts, Davis has left the boxing world reeling with his decision to step away from the sport at the peak of his career. His announcement, made during a press conference promoting his upcoming rematch with Lamont Roach Jr., was blunt and emotionally charged, reflecting a man grappling with personal and professional frustrations. Davis's words, "This is trash. I'm out. I'm fed up," echoed a sentiment of exhaustion, not just with boxing but with the entire ecosystem surrounding it, its politics, pressures, and relentless demands. Yet, his subsequent clarifications during a podcast with rapper Lil Yachty and other interviews reveal a more nuanced perspective, one rooted in a desire for personal growth, family life, and mental peace. The boxing community, fans, and even his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather Jr., have responded with a mix of skepticism, criticism, and reluctant respect, raising questions about whether this retirement is genuine or a strategic move for leverage. Davis's journey to this point began in Baltimore's Sandtown Winchester neighborhood, a place marked by crime and hardship. Raised in an environment where his parents struggled with addiction and incarceration, Davis found solace and purpose in boxing at the age of 5, training at the Upton Boxing Gym under the guidance of coach Calvin Ford. His amateur career was stellar, with 206 wins in 221 bouts and a National Golden Gloves Championship in 2012. Turning professional in 2013, Davis made an immediate impact, knocking out Desi Williams in the first round at the D.C. Armory. His early fights showcased a devastating combination of power, speed, and precision, earning him the nickname "Tank" for his relentless bulldozing style. By 2017, he had captured the IBF Super Featherweight title with a 7th-round TKO over Jose Pedraza, solidifying his status as a rising star. A pivotal figure in Davis's ascent was Floyd Mayweather Jr., who took him under his wing in 2015. Mayweather, a boxing legend with an undefeated 50-0 record, saw in Davis a rare talent and offered mentorship that extended beyond the ring. Their relationship was familial, with Davis describing Mayweather as a father figure. Mayweather's belief in Davis was tangible. He gifted him a $60,000 Jeep Rubicon, a gesture that symbolized not just financial support but a deep personal investment. Mayweather taught Davis the business side of boxing, instilling discipline and confidence that helped shape him into a multi-division champion. However, their bond soured over time. By 2022, Davis parted ways with Mayweather Promotions, citing a desire for greater autonomy and frustrations over perceived attempts to control his career. The split was acrimonious, with public disputes and Davis accusing Mayweather of petty actions, such as barring him from training at his gym. Mayweather's recent reaction to Davis's retirement announcement, marked by subtle jabs and sarcasm, underscores the lingering tension between the two, with the older fighter seemingly unconvinced of his former protégé's sincerity. Davis's retirement talk has sparked widespread debate, partly because of his age and accomplishments. With titles in super featherweight, lightweight, and super lightweight divisions, and a knockout ratio of over 93%, Davis is undeniably one of boxing's most electrifying talents. His 2023 knockout of Ryan Garcia with a vicious body shot cemented his status as a pay-per-view draw, and his 2024 8th-round stoppage of Frank Martin showcased his ability to overcome adversity with devastating finishes. Yet, his recent majority draw against Lamont Roach Jr. in March 2025, marred by controversy over a non-called knockdown, has fueled criticism about his focus and opponent selection. Some argue that Davis has avoided elite fighters like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, or Vasily Lomachenko, opting instead for matchups that favor his strengths. This perception has led to accusations that his retirement is a way to sidestep tougher challenges, with Floyd Schofield Sr. even suggesting Davis is afraid to face his son, Austin Schofield. Davis himself has been candid about his reasons for stepping away. In interviews, he expressed mental fatigue, citing the toll of fame, the constant scrutiny, and the physical demands of a sport he's been immersed in since childhood. The birth of his son and his responsibilities as a father to his 2 daughters have shifted his priorities, as he seeks to be a softer and more present figure for his children. Perhaps most revealing was his discussion of therapy during a podcast with Lil Yachty. Davis admitted that he wants to pursue therapy to address his anger and emotional burdens but fears it might extinguish the fire that fuels his boxing prowess. This vulnerability highlights a deeper struggle, one between the aggressive, competitive persona required in the ring and the introspective, peaceful individual he aspires to become. His comments about not caring for belts or legacy, instead valuing his status as a hero in Baltimore, suggest a man redefining success on his own terms. The boxing world's response has been polarized. Shakur Stevenson called Davis's decision soft, urging him to fight on and prove himself against top competition. Former champion Tim Bradley was more definitive, declaring that Davis has mentally checked out and is chasing a final big payday before exiting. Promoter Gary Jonas confirmed that a rematch with Roach is nearly finalized, indicating Davis plans to honor his commitment to 3 more fights in 2025, potentially including a Garcia rematch or bouts against Stevenson or Haney. However, posts on X and reports from insiders like Rick Glazer suggest skepticism about the permanence of this retirement, with some speculating Davis might return if financial pressures mount. Critics point to boxing's history of fake retirements. Fighters like Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao have announced exits only to return, as evidence that Davis's announcement could be a publicity stunt to boost interest in his final fights. Beyond the ring, Davis's legal troubles have cast a shadow over his career. His July 2025 arrest in Miami Beach on battery charges related to an altercation with his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children, added to a history of legal issues, including a 2021 hit-and-run and a 2020 battery case. These incidents have fueled narratives that Davis is troubled outside the ring, with some fans and analysts questioning his mental readiness to continue boxing. His silence on social media following the arrest and lack of public statements about his future have only deepened the uncertainty surrounding his plans. Davis's post-boxing aspirations offer a glimpse into his vision for life after the sport. He has expressed interest in real estate, having already invested in renovating properties in West Baltimore to create affordable housing. This endeavor reflects a desire to give back to his community and build a legacy beyond boxing. His marketability and business acumen, honed under Mayweather's tutelage, position him well for ventures like launching a promotional company or training facility. Yet, the transition from boxing to civilian life is notoriously challenging, especially for someone who has been defined by the sport since childhood. The pressures of fame, coupled with his legal and personal challenges, could complicate his path forward. The announcement of Davis's retirement has undeniably heightened interest in his remaining fights. Promoters and networks are poised to capitalize on the scarcity of his final appearances, potentially setting new revenue records for the lightweight division. Each bout will carry historical weight, as fans watch to see if Davis can cement his legacy with definitive wins. Critics argue that to truly be remembered as one of the greats, he must face and defeat top-tier opponents, proving his mettle against the best in his weight class. Whether he chooses to pursue those challenges or simply collect his paychecks and exit remains to be seen. Ultimately, Davis's decision reflects a broader trend among young fighters. Like Sonny Edwards, who retired at 28 citing mental health concerns, and Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez, who has hinted at leaving by 30, Davis represents a generation of boxers who entered the sport young and are now grappling with its long-term toll. The physical and emotional wear of boxing, combined with the allure of financial security, has prompted some to prioritize their well-being over prolonged careers. Davis's openness about his mental health and family priorities challenges the traditional expectation that fighters must endure until they're broken, offering a new perspective on what it means to walk away. As 2025 unfolds, the boxing world will watch closely to see if Davis follows through on his retirement or if, like others before him, he's drawn back to the ring. His story is one of triumph, complexity, and unresolved tension, a champion who has conquered opponents but now faces the harder fight of defining his future. Whether he's remembered as a legend or a talent who left too soon, Davis's impact on boxing is undeniable, and his final chapter promises to be as compelling as his first.